Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Han and I'm a professional hand embroidery artist. I do specialise in shoes, and in this week's short and sweet recap video, I'll be showing you all of the shoes that I embroidered this week. I'll be giving you some close-ups of the stitches and going through some details about each pair of the shoes. So let's hop right into this week's recap. So starting off strong, we have one of the most popular designs in my store. This pair of shoes is my bridal something blue design, and they're for Mrs. Jeffers, who is getting married this October. This design is basically exactly what it says on the tin. A lot of brides opt to purchase these shoes for their big day to use as their something blue, in the tradition of something old, something borrowed, something new, something blue. Did I mess that up? I'm gonna have to Google that. So I added the bride's future last name on the back of the left shoe and her wedding date on the back of the right shoe. I always like to use one of the colours from within the design when embroidering the details on the backs of the shoes, so I just did this in the navy that can be seen in the smaller flowers on the design. Moving on to our second shoe of the week, which was a pet shoe. So the future Mrs. Finn wanted her two Cavalier King Charles Spaniels on her bridal sneakers. Pet shoes have such a special place in my heart. I absolutely love stitching them. And when this bride was messaging me about her bridal shoes, she told me, "Don't worry if the dogs look the same, they're pretty much the same dog." I tried to differentiate them a little bit on the shoe, but they are pretty similar. It's always so fun to me to embroider the ears on Spaniels, and these two little guys are no exception. So cute. Absolutely loved creating these. And then we have a pair of white bridal luxe Converse. This design has been growing in popularity so much recently, and I think it's just because it's so timeless and elegant, and since the embroidery is white, it almost blends in with the shoe, kind of looks like it belongs there. On the inside of the shoe, I do stitch through the Converse logo to get that flower in that placement, and my fingers do not like me afterwards. It's quite a tough process. But I love the 3D effect that these shoes give, and the pearls just add the perfect finishing touch. These are for the future Mrs. Curran. She's getting married in October. Lots of October brides this week. For all of my Converse in my Luxe collection, I like to embroider the personalization on the backs of the shoes in a metallic silver thread. I always think it just adds a little bit extra to the shoe, and I love how it turned out on these. The next pair of shoes is another design from my Luxe collection. These are my Platinum Luxe bridal Converse, and you'll see that this design features pearls and little diamante gems, which I attach by hand one by one. It's quite a painstaking process, but I think it's worth it in the end. I always love getting sent professional photos of these from brides who have received their photos back from their photographers, because these shoes pick up the light so well and they photograph so nicely because of the metallic thread within the design. They're so fancy, I just love them. And these are for Isabella in Texas, and she's getting married next month, which is so exciting, so excited for her. She opted to have her initials and her future husband's initials on the shoe, as well as her future wedding date. Again, embroidered in the metallic thread, which I think just lends itself to this design so well. Next up, we have another pair of white luxe Converse. These white luxes are for Lindsay in Illinois, and she is getting married in September. She opted to have her personalization on the back of the shoes done in a light blush pink, which I absolutely loved. And a lot of you guys loved it too. I posted it on Instagram and everyone went a little bit crazy about that. I really can't get enough of these white luxes. I think that I might have to make myself a pair. Alright, we're almost to the end. The second to last pair of shoes that I embroidered this week was a pair of Vans Authentic bridal shoes. These shoes are for Brenda in Arizona, and she's getting married this October. See, I told you, lots of October brides this week. She requested her future married name be embroidered on the shoes, as well as her future wedding date. And her colour scheme was white, terracotta and sage green. So I've done the two larger flowers on this design in terracotta, added a smaller white flower in the middle of the terracotta flowers, and I've done all of her greenery in sage green. These shoes have such a special place in my heart because it was one of the first bridal designs I ever came out with. I loved this colour scheme, the colours just went together so well. And if you've ever tried on a pair of Vans Authentics, you would know that they are some of the most comfortable shoes out there. So I just know that Brenda is going to be dancing the night away in her bridal shoes. Alright, we are on to the last shoe of the week. It's been kind of a busy week, but we're finishing strong with a bridal pet shoe. And these are for Elizabeth in Illinois, who is getting married in January of next year. Kind of felt weird to embroider 25 on these shoes. I've been so used to embroidering 24 for the whole year. She sent me a couple of photos of her dog Jack, who I embroidered onto the shoes, as well as some florals and greenery in her desired colour scheme. She also requested her future married name and her future wedding date on the shoes. Jack is just so stinking cute. I absolutely love his little face. And I think he has quite unique markings, so it was quite fun to embroider him onto these shoes. I really love how they turned out. I always say how much I love embroidering bridal pet sneakers, and and these were no exception. So those are all the shoes that I embroidered this week. Thank you so much for watching if you've gotten this far. If you did enjoy this video, this is actually a weekly series that I do here on YouTube, and if you'd like to watch more videos like this, I'm pretty sure the subscribe button is right around here. If you have a favourite pair of shoes from this week, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!